you like me new t-shirt? It's the Sing When You're Winning podcast. And everybody who's just joining now, this is Sing When You're Winning podcast live on TikTok. I'm going to be joined by my co-host, Ray Coates, Ray Mazing Coates. He's going to be joining me soon. I said I'd be on at 1:15, so apologies everybody for that. Unfortunately, I'm a little bit late doing my car valeting today. And but I'll touch on being late for a reason later on. But yeah, this week, Little Oggies, always going a little bit further away than normal and going out of the way to watch football, yeah. I went and covered last week, Liv, if you're still there, hopefully you are. Hello there, Joe. Nice to meet you virtually. I've been talking to you quite a bit recently, and it's nice for you to come on and join the show. So what I'm doing tonight, when Ray joins us, we will be doing the Sing When You're Winning podcast, and obviously it's live via TikTok. And what we do, we record it, and then it goes out on the YouTube channel, Little Oggie, Sing When You're Winning podcast. And it's going to hopefully be a cracker with Ray. I'm hosting it. I'm going to be quizzing Ray about it. A bit of a Q&A he's asked me to do. But yeah, so what I'm doing today, and sorry, going back to Liv, I went to City's women's game last week. We lost 4-3 against Arsenal. We didn't do very well. So the men lost shortly after that. Wasn't a very good day, but I enjoyed myself. I had a right good time. I met the England manager, women's manager that is, Serena Wakeman or whatever she's called. It was nice. You got a little selfie off her. I was sat next to Laura Coombs, a good-looking girl, but she was a bit moody. I don't know if it's because she wasn't playing. But yeah, nice one, Joe. Oi, 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 Oggie, oi, oi, oi. Hopefully the Barnsley 10 will be joining me. And yes, well reminded, Tyler. So this week, we're actually going to... Well, I'm going with... first game is Fleetwood versus Cheltenham tomorrow. And obviously it's at the Highbury. We're at home. So I'll be going and watching that. Just prior to that, I'll be watching City in the FA Cup. We're away to... Oh Christ, Leyton Orient. Nearly forgot then. I've got that many fixtures going on this week. But yeah, there we go. Right, Tesh. How we doing, love? And yeah, the Fleetwood Cheltenham game is after the City Leyton Orient game, which I'll be watching here in my home gaff. And yeah, it's the last game that I'm actually going to of the weekend is I'm going to the FA Cup game, Blackburn versus Wolves. Oggie, Oggie, Oggie. Oi, oi, oi. I think that's Julie. How we doing? And yeah, I'm going to go and watch Blackburn Rovers. And they're playing Wolves. It's going to be a good game. I'm trying to get around as many grounds as I can whilst also watching City. And I'd obviously try and cover get as much footage as I can. We're actually going to be going down early with my wee friend, Tyler, who's been helping me out. He'll be holding me TikTok live selfie stick. And I'll be getting footage for Sing When You're Winning podcast. So yeah, the FA Cup versus Wolves Sunday. We're there, as I say, Tyler, yeah. And makes to be a good game. I think Blackburn are, they're not as good as he used to be when Shearer was there. He'll be coming on in a bit. There he is. My mate, co-host, Ray Coates. And he's going to be singing later on in the show. He's going to be finishing it off with a song called Damage, which is actually out today. Come on, City. And somebody just put up there. I don't know who that was. I just seen it then. It just ran across. I'm not very good at this. This is where Ray comes in. He's very good at capturing what's going on the screen. I'm unfortunately not multitasking. But yeah, same Megan. Oh, Megan, she just joined. I didn't see that, but if she's with you, Tesh, all good. All good. Can't always go on the same phones, can you? But thank you. Thank you for the love, Tesh. Thank you for the love. And obviously we're coming up to Valentine's night. And any ladies out there, I ain't got a date yet. I mean, I ain't had a woman for about 4 years, but it's not that I've been trying her out. I haven't been trying. I've been quite happy on my own, little bits here and there, but I wouldn't mind actually trying to get myself settled down and a lady friend. So anybody out there who's interested, give me a private message. And it's not like blind date, you can see me, so I'm not going to tip up and some other guy who thinks he's me is there. But yeah, what we're saying there, Megan? Your card is the post from... No, what happened to that? I never got it, Megan. And I don't think you got yours either. I think these postmen are getting a bit shy, aren't they? I'll be better off on a blind date. Oh yeah, thank you, Megan. Why is that? And a funny one, a few people have said, I could laugh them into bed, but the problem is with that, it's when they carry on laughing when you're in bed. Just wear some stiffs. But yeah, cheers for the love. It's already up to 1.2k. Loving that. Is that a little sticker coming there as well? I know you did all sign it as well, but I didn't get that one. Hey, moderator there. I think it's you, Tyler. Just go easy with the moderating, yeah? Sent you a poll. What's a poll? I don't know what that is, but yeah, it's probably a little voting thing that you want to get going, but we're going to cover a few topics of our own today. I don't know what time Ray is joining me. I think he said past, so if he's already joined, Ray, if you can see me, if you can hear me, give us a shout. And oh, there we go. Ray Coates liked the live. It's not showing me that I can invite you, Ray. So I don't know why that is. I think we had a problem last time, didn't we, my friend? So see if you can come back on. I'm not 100% sure how I did it last time. But yeah, if you can come up, Ray, again, and I will. It says he's just joined. Let's have a look, see if we can invite people. Guests. I think I've got you now, right? Hey. And there we go.
How you doing?
I'm all right, mate. I'm all right.
Loving the t-shirt. Loving the t-shirt.
Oh, check that out, man.
You're gradually taking over the world.
I wouldn't say that, like, but I don't know if some reason I was all right.
Hello, Megan. Hello, a red and white army. I'm going to be good. There's no need for me to be bent.
I'm going to sit back a little bit, Ray.
You are.
All my lovely face is not in there, so...
No problem.
I do remember, when obviously we was TikTok live with Blue.
Yes, yep.
I was a bit too close on them on the YouTube.
Ah, okay. Fair enough.
But anyway, I'll kickstart us in.
Go for it.
Ready for our... Okay, so this is Sing When You're Winning podcast, live via TikTok. I'm here, Ray's here, and more importantly, everybody, you're here.
Absolutely, 100%. How come? Oh, right, okay, I can't read that comment. I think it's just the way I'm stood, Amanda. But yeah.
Well, what did you say? How come you look taller?
Yeah, partly, yeah.
Everyone looks taller than me, Ray.
Well, it's your stature that comes through. That's the important thing.
What I was going to say, Ray, I've got my earphones there, but are you wearing yours? Are you got them?
I am indeed, always.
Would it be better for me to do it, or is it?
No, I can hear you clearly, and I'm sure others can hear you clearly. So, yeah.
Are you stood up, Oggy, on a chair? We do get a good bit of banter off the Barnsley 10.
I'm actually kneeling down at the moment, kneeling down to your superbness. So yeah, thanks for having us here. This is different because I'm here with you, and as a super sub, I think you put in a message earlier.
I did, yeah. Yeah, like the betting. I think it's one of the betting sites. If unfortunately your player gets taken off, you get a super sub, and you are that super sub, right?
Ah, brilliant! Glad to be. So,
obviously, only for 5 minutes I was on my own there, but what I went through then, Ray.
Yeah.
I'm obviously, I like going out and about and covering games.
Yeah.
Well, this weekend I'm covering the Fleetwood Cheltenham game.
Excellent.
I mean, prior to that, I'm watching City events Leyton Orient in the FA Cup.
What time is that? Is that that's tomorrow, is it?
Yeah, tomorrow. City's on at 12:30.
Oh, right. Early kick-off then, yeah? Yeah.
Early. Now, so, obviously, shortly after that, I'm going to go and watch the Fleetwood game. It's only down the road from me, like.
Yeah.
So I'll be there I'll cover a little bit because I've got a main game on Sunday. So Fleetwood playing Cheltenham, they've not been doing very well since I've not been there.
Go back. They want you back.
Yeah, the last 5 games, I've not been to 2. They've lost them too.
Oh, wow. There we are. There's something in that.
And 3 on the spin when I've been there, so yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see that, it's just me, but Tyler's put on would you like a special Oggy shirt?
Is that for me or for anybody else, right?
Audience, but I don't know if anybody else can see that. And to be honest, I won't be giving them away, Tyler. It cost me a few quid, this.
Yeah, quite a few, isn't it? I've had T-shirts printed in the past, and you've got a mug, and you've got the display behind you. I feel a bit empty.
I've got your mug here as well.
Yay! Mate. And my mug here too.
Well, yeah, so obviously I'm technically going to be hosting, maybe asking you a few questions and answers. But like I say, the big game, I'll get back to that.
Yeah.
On Sunday, I'm going to, in the FA Cup, Blackburn versus Wolves.
Oh, I remember you saying, but you're planning to go, yeah?
Yeah. I've just put that little thing off there because it was popped up on my screen, sorry.
Ah.
So yeah, Tyler, don't put anything else on my screen, but I can't see what people are typing.
Yeah. So Blackburn Wolves, yeah?
Blackburn Wolves, I'm going to go to them. Me and young Tyler's going to go down. I've asked permission off her mum. I know her mum and his mum anyway. And we're going to go down early, Ray, like similar to what I did with the Salford Fleetwood game.
Excellent.
Going to get down there early, hopefully see some of the Blackburn and Wolves players getting into the ground and get a bit of footage for Sing When You're Winning podcast.
Fantastic.
So that is going to be good in itself. And then obviously we'll meet them in, and then we'll go and get something to eat and go and then go and watch the game and get some footage, and hopefully get a half-time chat with somebody, possibly a pre-match if we're down that early.
Yeah.
So yeah, all good.
What time is that kick-off on Sunday?
On Sunday, that's an early kick-off.
That's an early kick-off. So do you think we're going to get a first half in recorded together, hopefully, on Sunday? A little bit of a chat about the...
Possibly not. I'm setting off. I'm not actually going in with van.
Oh, right, okay.
I killed it last week going to the city.
Oh, really? Oh, no.
Yeah, one of the injectors has popped off, Ray. So anyway, that's...
sorry to hear that, mate.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's all right just bobbing around town in it. I'm getting it fixed next week, but...
Got you.
But yeah, so I'm going to go on the train, so I'm going pretty early.
Okay. Well, we'll work something out, because obviously this is extra time, isn't it, for tomorrow morning? This will be on your YouTube channel at 10 o'clock tomorrow.
Oh, wow. Right, and yeah, that... if we can do a post one after the game, after I've got back, Ray, because it's a 12:30 kick-off, the Blackburn game.
Yeah, that's... let me think of what is happening on Sunday. Bear with me a minute. Yeah, I'm fairly sure that's fine. It might have to be, possibly, another TikTok, because I may not be at home.
All right,
I've got a few things happening over the next few days, and I'm happy to talk about those in a moment, yeah?
That's not too bad, because we get plenty of love off here, you know?
Yeah, yeah, it's going well. Fantastic.
But yeah, I think you may well be touching on, and I did say at the beginning of the show, well, the TikTok live show,
Yeah.
that you will be closing with your song "Damaged,"
I will. Yeah.
which is it's come out today. Is that right?
That's it. Yep, it's John Cheatham's lyrics. So it's nothing to do with the Fall Guy project, apart from that it's John Cheatham's lyrics. Yeah. And yeah, it's just such a beautiful song, Paul. It really, really is. Damaged. And it's about the fragility of us as human beings, and we are all damaged. We've all had experiences. And John has written just such an incredible lyric, very much touching on mental health awareness, which of course is always very, very topical for all of us.
It is. You're right there, right? I'm going to touch on that in a little bit, but obviously with that said, this is that one of the songs that we'll be singing at the 29th of March at the Oldham gig?
Yeah, a lot is happening behind the scenes. In the next week or two, it will become apparent. But we're actually receiving a lot of direction from the documentary filmmakers, from a promotion company who have kind of taken on board what it is we're doing, and they're giving us direction. So there might be a couple of movements of certain different things, but things are progressing beyond what myself and John could imagine. I wanted to use an illustration if I can. Yeah. I remember playing Sunday football years ago. I played for a team called Chiltern Athletic, and you'll get this, that sometimes we'd arrive before the match. I've just seen Amanda's comment, Benidorm damaged me.
I was going to say it. I started laughing, if you noticed. But
that I would suggest is self-inflicted, yeah. But
made me stop drinking.
yeah. Years ago, you'd arrive, but you put the nets up. You know the type of level of football that it was, and you might not even have 11 players before the match started.
No.
Never mind when it started, because obviously there generally speaking be at least one or two sending offs.
Yeah. There was no phones back then either to give them a call.
No. This is way back. But I wanted to share that as an illustration, because when you've got a full team, you're grateful. You're grateful for all the other players, and should be, especially in that level. So I think of creativity in a similar way. And I think of mental health awareness, coming together, collaboration, connection in a similar way. And I know you do as well, with what you're doing, how you're connecting with clubs, different singer-songwriters. You're not seeing competition. No. You're sharing, and of course you're sharing what you're doing, which is totally spot on. So Damaged really is a song that's written by two blokes that have turned up, me and John. And we've been through our own sending offs and our own challenges in life, and written this song that basically creates a very much a teamwork vibe. It's just a beautiful song. It really is.
Yeah, I like the sound. Obviously, I've already heard it myself. For everybody else out there, go and have a listen. Is it on? What's it on YouTube?
Everywhere. Everywhere. Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, Amazon Music. It's everywhere. And people are listening already, which is brilliant. I had a great experience yesterday. Dr. Emily, I can't remember her surname, and found out subsequently she's in a relationship with Peter Andre.
Oh, bloody hell.
Yeah. So there was a post of hers. So she's really, really an advocate for mental health awareness, particularly specifically with children. And anyway, I did the live yesterday that I did with a few songs. It was Time to Talk Day yesterday. And anyway, long story short, I said, you know how it is when you get tagged into... are they married? I'm not sure whether that's a question, Amanda. They could well be. So maybe I'm showing a little bit of lack of knowledge there, but definitely together. And anyway, this post went out with me doing that in a still with Man on a Mission. And I thought, wow, hold on a minute. And then I checked out Dr. Emily. She's been on Lorraine, She's been on, I think, Channel 5, et cetera, et cetera. And it was just, it genuinely blew me away because I thought, wow.
Really good, you know what I mean? And you don't know who's watching, do you, Ray? You know?
Totally.
Hopefully somebody will come and grab me.
I'm sure they will. I have no doubt of it. No doubt.
I was saying earlier on that Valentine's Day is nearly upon us, and I've not got a date apart from yourself.
Never mind. You got the evening. We're spending the day together, creatively, I hasten to add. And but yeah.
Out here for any of our viewers, you know, give me a private message if you want to go out on Valentine's night.
And the songs are sounding great, Paul.
Oh, right.
The new songs, the ones you're writing, they're sounding really, really good. And the lyrics and the melodies are very, very strong.
I'm absolutely loving them, Ray. I keep listening to them back. Even my son, who's one of my biggest knockers, if you would, he said, they sound good, Dad. You know, so
excellent.
That is good. That's, you know, of him is good. But, you know, my daughter loves them. They're catchy as well, aren't they?
Yeah.
You know, they've got a lot of meaning, certainly from myself. And I've nearly wrote ready for next week the song Day by Day, which is about me giving up the drink. And I wrote that, I think 2 days, but obviously singing it and then sort of rechanging and rejigging it, which is what you have helped me do as well. It just takes that little bit more time, doesn't it? It's all right writing the lyrics and having the lyrics.
Yeah.
But then fitting them into, you know, the song and the verses, the chorus, etc., etc. It just takes that little bit more time, doesn't it?
Well, songs grow, don't they? I know the time we spent together last time, and I've written songs for over 40 years. But I was genuinely really, really impressed by the way you worked. And I noticed several times when we were doing what we were doing, you then kind of span off into a bit of a different idea. And it was brilliant. And I think with what I witnessed, 100% categorically, you're a songwriter and a creator. You really are, because I can see, you know, I observed you creating. And, you know, it was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Thank you, Ray. It does, you know, I don't take compliments too well, but yeah, thank you.
Well, we get used to that. I want to read a quote. I've been reading this quite a lot from Tom Hardy, the actor.
Oh, yeah.
And most people, you know him as most of his roles are pretty, you know, the tough guy. And he's had his own battles with mental health. But I think it's such a powerful quote that I just want to share it, because what you're doing is an example of the quote I'm going to read, because you're opening up and being honest about your addiction, demons, challenges, yeah? And it's an example, and I'm endeavouring to do the same myself. So I want to read it. So this is Tom Hardy. No voice put on for this one, yeah? One day I stopped fighting the inevitable. What hurts, let it hurt. What wants to be born, let it be born. And what has to be, let it be. Life is not a constant battlefield. Sometimes it's accepting the storm and learning to walk in the rain without losing yourself.
That's lovely.
It's really powerful, isn't it? So emotions, get disappointment, frustration, anger. And I'm sharing a lot about these because sometimes we try to avoid certain feelings. But the truth is, they exist.
Yeah.
So Damaged as a song, and other songs as well that myself and John are working on, and I know you are, Day by Day, for example, are songs of openness and reality and facing what exists.
I mean, I know you've got a song called Cry as well, which is a lovely song.
Thank you.
You know, obviously it's not within these 5 songs that I've got, which I'm working with you with. But, you know, so I've got 5 that I'm working on. I want to do another EP, as you know. But I've also, in the background, I've got another 3 already.
Wow.
Already started, Ray.
Wow.
And one of them's about tears, you know. You get different kinds of tears in emotional. You know, you get happy tears, you get sad tears, you get fearful. You know, you can get different kind of tears, and that's where the song's heading anyway.
Sometimes you can cry and not know why you're crying.
Yeah.
I've done that, and I know loads of other people who think, what am I crying for? I'm not even thinking of anything particularly that I'm feeling emotional about. No. So I think it's brilliant. And if you think football, music, music makes us emotional. Football, you know, sometimes you cry in tears of absolute joy. You think Man City with a treble, and think what an arrival of people like yourself who'd supported the club through thick and thin, you know, through the storms, through the rain.
Yeah, and Joe keeps liking the live. I think it's one that comes on your TikToks.
Oh, Joe, yeah, Joe, yeah, lovely, great supporter, and
he's been asking me when am I going live. I mean, I've unfortunately not been going as TikTok live as I'd like to, and mainly because I'm concentrating on I crying privately, not often though. Oh, nice one, Claire.
Yeah, lovely.
But yeah, she's asked me when I'm going on, and mainly not been going on as much because I've been studying and getting everything penned down for yourself, you know, and for myself for my lyrics. But can we just go back to the mental health awareness sort of thing there, right?
Yeah.
I want to touch on and talk about the 22B song. Because, I mean, I'll be singing that with yourselves on the 29th of March at Oldham. But something came across me the other day. I think it's something popped up that I put the song out a year ago. I think it was to go on TuneCore, maybe.
Yeah.
To upload it on there. And it came about, anyway, I got a reminder of some sort of description. And, with the 22B song, I got some PTSD from that.
Yeah.
You know, because, and obviously I'm sharing this obviously with TikTok Live now, and it'll be on my podcast as well. You know, I like to open up a bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, and you know, I was there at the concert picking up my daughter. I'm getting emotional now.
I'm not surprised.
So I was there on the night, and I was late for this. Tonight, Ray, I was late for TikTok Live tonight. I said I'd be here at 1:15, and I said I'd touch on it. But being late that night actually saved my life.
Yeah.
And
well, if I can speak as you're gathering your emotions, because I can feel it. I can feel it. It is such a beautiful song. It's such an incredible song, and I think a lot of us we're all of us are more than one dimension. And I think in you, I see this persona, this energy, this buzzing. You know, I've been to football matches with you when we're doing the podcast. It's brilliant. It's great fun. But I don't think we have to be one or the other. And I think you've got a real depth to you, Paul, and a real depth to your music. And 22Bs, I don't even know where to begin, to be honest with you, because it's not something that obviously relates to my experience. I wasn't there, and I didn't know people that were there. I've come to know some people, and obviously yourself. And I think what you've done, that's the point. Yeah. So taking that experience that I can't even imagine the wide amount of emotions you must have gone through, because obviously there was the not knowing. I've been in that place with children, with my children. My youngest son had stopped breathing after a series of epileptic fits, and I was working 2 hours away from home at the time and traveling. I'd spoken to my sister-in-law at the time, and she told me to stop breathing, and that was the end of the call. So I was then driving 2 hours and not knowing as he started breathing again. So that's the closest I can get to having some level of understanding of what you must have gone through, but also, you know, your feeling of those 22 that lost their lives and the families. And I know I think I'm right in saying in my YouTube podcast with John this week, we actually talk about you.
Yes.
Oh, hello. That was an interesting one.
That was Stokey Dazza, is another one from your TikTok, isn't
Dazza, yeah. We're getting loads of noises going on now, which is wonderful. It's like a crowd.
I'm glad you took over there and rescued me a little bit because I could have got quite emotional then. It's not, it's not very nice seeing me cry, but yeah, with that song and with the PTSD, a lot of people don't think it's true, or real, and of course it is. I'm post-traumatic, stressed and from that, and because I was late, Ray. Yeah. Now, obviously, when I'm sat watching the news and it's talking about it and all, that's where I was getting upset. And basically, if I'd have been early, in my head, I think if I'd have been early, I'd have stopped him. That was going through my mind all the time. Of course.
Yeah. Protection.
Yeah, obviously, I probably wouldn't have done, but in my head, because I was late, I just think about, I would have, I could have. But that's that. And the song, I am re-releasing it this year for a charity song. So I want to, start talking about it and getting it going in platforms, music platforms, and because I want it, I want it to get a lot of traction this year. I brought it out last year. So if anybody who's watching this now, go and have a look on my YouTube. It's actually on Sing When You're Winning podcast. The video is on my channel, and it's the actual video got done for me to, it shows you plenty of Manchester and even the arena itself, which is quite, traumatizing for some people, especially if they're there. Yeah. But yeah, so.
Well done, and I think, music. So I'm going live later on. After we finish, and I'll be sharing a wide variety of different songs, cover versions, some up-tempo, bright Friday night type songs, but I don't think you have to do that or something else. So again, with your music, with your creativity, you've got some real stonking anthems, some brilliant anthems, and then of course you're touching on some really deep subjects as well. And both exist, don't they? So we have those feelings of being, really happy. We want to dance, we want to enjoy ourselves, but it's important to face up to the other emotions too. And that's something for me as a person who does a podcast, who's doing a lot in TikTok, writing songs, doing public speaking, working with John. I feel I want to promote that as much as possible because I want to share, the sunshine, the wonderful times, but also the shadows, the clouds, the darkness, the difficult things to talk about. And the more we can do that, we'll have healthy conversations about things that are not easy to talk about. And that's why I admire what you're doing with the stopping drinking and the fact you're so public about it and sharing that and also turning that into a song. Brilliant.
Obviously, that is to come. Obviously, the 22C song, that I think the 22B song. Yep. It took me a while to actually get my head around if I could actually write it. But the lyrics in that song are based on what I went through on that night, and everything that's in it happened on that night. I was parked on Victoria Station, and like I say, if everybody who's watching this, go and have a listen to it, go and have a watch of the video. And when it does come out, because it will be a charity song, you will need to purchase it. The monies will be going to PTSD, which is, a charity that John's in as well. Obviously, he's got his post-traumatic stress disorder.
Yeah.
from what he went through, So, but yeah, I'm hoping that around, May time, I'm going to bring it out. And I want it to go places. I want it to go to number one, Ray, in the download charts. However that would be done, and it's the 8th year anniversary this year.
Yeah.
So I want it to get some traction before it gets to May, and when it comes out, I'm hoping that people will actually purchase it, buy it, and then with all the money, the profits going to the PTSD charity.
That's brilliant.
Well, yeah, so let's get off that subject.
That's all right.
We've covered that. The football we've covered that as well.
Yeah.
I was going to give you a few questions and answers, wasn't I? Quite a Q&A.
It's all right. Yeah, do what you feel. Do what you feel.
But yeah, so when I remember we had young Stanley on,
Yeah.
and we asked him, or you asked him, I should say, what's your future goal, future end goal? And no, obviously, he come up with a good one. He wants to play at Wembley.
Yes.
But
Yep.
with myself, obviously, when I first started writing, and it was only a little bit of a hobby, can I do this? I wanted to write one song, actually, to sound similar to an Oasis number, which I did. It's Not All About You, which is, it's an anthem. It's an anthem, that song. I could see that being sung and people going and jumping about to it. So have you got a bit of an end goal yourself, where you want to go?
Yeah, quite a few. I think in the first instance to keep creating, and I've got into now a pattern of behaviour, a habit of writing. Last night I sat at the piano and I started writing something, and that's a regular thing almost every day. So to keep writing, that's the first one. With obviously what's happening with John, but also myself, I will give one now because it's just popped into my brain again. I've received masters today, so this is an exclusive for you.
Yeah.
And I've not shared it as clearly as this. About the documentary there was on John Bon Jovi.
Oh, yeah.
And I've shared a little bit on that before. So the documentary that's on Disney Plus was Thank You, Good Night, the Bon Jovi story. And it goes through, of course, the history of the legends of the band and himself. And then arrives, I think a couple of years ago, I think it was, where he's having major voice challenges.
Yeah.
And I watched the documentary and it was incredibly emotional. Now, I'm a throat cancer survivor, you know that. Many people that know me know that. I had a year with no voice. So I'm watching the legend, Bon Jovi, as a fragile man who basically was struggling to sing. And I was really moved. I'm feeling genuinely emotional now because I didn't see him, because he wasn't in that moment, the legend who was standing on a stage in front of hundreds of thousands of people. He was a guy in a room struggling to sing. And that really struck me in terms of the loss of my own voice. We're getting some TikTok caps. I love that. It's almost like football, isn't it? But I wrote a song.
Everybody, cheers for the love.
Yeah. I wrote a song, so I went straight away because I was in tears watching. And I went away and then I thought, I need to do something about this because this is another human being. And I don't particularly like it when people say like Robbie Williams. I'm talking a lot about Robbie Williams at the moment, but that's because he's somebody who's very apparent at the moment. Yeah. And his own mental health journey. I've just talked about Tom Hardy. So I think for me, I'm not on the level of those individuals in terms of being known. No. But I don't feel that people are escape. Pep Guardiola recently, it was clear and apparent that struggling, within himself, and talking about struggling to sleep. So I think rather than this barrier of the celebrities, the famous people, and everybody else, I'm thinking, well, if they're right-minded people, they're human like us. So, and I was moved. So I wrote this song called "All I Heard Was Strong," and I've received the masters back today. Bon Jovi's birthday is March the 2nd. I've got contact details for him in a wide variety of different ways. So the song is going to him, to his people, because I've got half a dozen email addresses, and I'm going to be reaching out with this song that's written as a gift of his experience. And I think the commonality of a loss of a voice, and it's something I find a lot of people, whether it's they lose it literally or they go into silence because they feel like they can't be heard. And for me, that's a driving force in everything I do. So that's one thing. John's another, which is taking place. So the documentary, a BAFTA award-winning filmmaker that we're in discussions with at the moment. So yeah, loads.
Yeah,
loads.
No, like I say, I think everything's gone pretty quick tonight. I'm just wary of the time. I don't know what time you want to kick in the Damage song.
Probably soon, if that's okay. So well done. You're spot on.
I'm just always wary of time, you know.
Well done.
But yeah, so obviously I'm covering the Fleetwood game this week. I'm covering the Blackburn against Wolves in the FA Cup. That will be good for our podcast. Obviously, we haven't really touched on music football tonight. It's been more about music.
A little. The magic of the cup. Enjoy the weekend.
But yeah, it's going to be good. Obviously, I hope the teams that I'm going to watch and City win this weekend. But yeah, we got a bit emotional there, and it's nice to share it. And I've really enjoyed everybody's love on here. I think, you know, I don't always look at that all the time or anything like that. I'm not one of them. I want to be heard myself.
Yeah.
You know, I want to be loved, definitely.
Well, you are.
Yeah. And obviously, Valentine's is upon us. Well, hopefully I'll get a bit of love there. Somebody's going to get hold of me soon, and they're going to enjoy.
If you do, which is a strong possibility, just kick me out early. Just say, Ray, it's happening. So are you all right to go sort of early doors? I'll get there early. I'll get to yours early just to make sure.
Yeah. Well, obviously, with them songs that I've already done, we may obviously. You said something like, if it's digitally recorded somewhere, that's your song. I'm a bit wary about putting a song out early and seeing, you know, but I think it'd be nice if I could do that on maybe our Sing When You're Winning podcast.
Sounds really good. That sounds really good.
Yeah. The start of the song, the process situation, because I've never seen all the process before, Ray, and you know, you being round with mine, and doing the process, the musical process, has been brilliant for me. And it'd be nice to share that with other people before we get the end goal of the actual full song. So
Totally agree. And that's something that I do in a lot of stuff I do, as you know, with the lives, with songwriting generally. I think it's magical to see, as you just said, the process. Yeah. So
we'll talk about that off air and see what we're going. I think it'd just be good. I've only just started seeing it because you putting the music on top of my lyrics, and it's good. And I think everybody else should be able to see it.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm going to close now so you can sing your song, Damage. And but yeah, thank you everybody for joining us. Thank you very much for the love. Got a bit emotional there. Sorry about that, but it's the way I am. And go and check out after this. Go and subscribe to my channel, the Sing When You're Winning podcast with Ray Coates as our co-host and producer, and everything that you do is brilliant, Ray. And I'll leave you to end the show. With the song Damage.
This is amazing, you know.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Yeah. Just listening to you now, I kind of that caught me for a moment there. I'm thinking I'm here with you, and I'm hearing you introducing a song. How incredible is that? It's a proper show.
It is. I see it as a show.
Fantastic. It is. Wow.
It's growing. It's keeping growing.
So Damaged, and I'll love you and leave you immediately after the song because it is very, very emotional, but it is everywhere. So share it, because a lot of people need to hear this, because we are all damaged, but we're not broken. It's not the end of the line. It's not the end of the line.
Go on, Ray.
In the quiet of the night, the shadows start to creep. Whispers of the past, secrets we keep. Is a carrot tasteless if dug by a broken spade? Is whiskey water if it's not been aged? Walking through the storm, the rain begins to fall. Every drop of memory, every tear of cause, is a heart still breaking, you filled with rage? Is a word a lie if it's not written on a page? We're damaged but we're not broken. Every scar a story, every word unspoken. In the mirror we see the pain, but through the damage we rise again. In the silence we find our voice. In the darkness we make our choice. To fight the battles, to face the fears, to heal the wounds, to dry the tears. So here's to the fighters that never fade. Is a carrot tasteless if dug by a broken spade? Is whiskey water if it's not been aged? We may be damaged, but we're not afraid. Every drop of memory, every tear of cause, is a heart still breaking, if filled with rage? Is a word a lie if it's not written on a page? We're damaged but we're not broken. Every scar a story, every word unspoken. In the mirror we see the pain, but through the damage we rise again. Through the damage we rise. We're damaged but we're not broken. Every scar a story, every word unspoken. In the mirror we see the pain, but through the damage we rise again. We're damaged but we're not broken. Every scar a story, every word unspoken. In the mirror we see the pain, but through the damage we rise again. Through the damage we rise again.
That was lovely, that, Ray. Beautiful. And there you go. Ray's had to go. I'm pretty sure you're getting pretty emotional there. I was. Right, I've really enjoyed everybody's love. Me and Ray got a little bit of emotional there, and I think a few of us might have. Now, I'm going to close now, but as I say, this is Sing When You're Winning podcast, which has been live through YouTube, through TikTok. Sing When You're Winning podcast is on YouTube. This will be out on there tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock. So everybody who's watched this tonight, go and tell all your friends, share it, go and subscribe to the channel, Sing When You're Winning podcast. It's on my channel, Little Oggy, and there it is. That's the t-shirt. That's the QR code on the bottom of that. Similar to, hey, it was brilliant, that, wasn't it, Tesh? Absolutely beautiful, beautiful. And he's a really good man, this Ray. Really been really influential to me, and he is to a lot of others. There's a few people that have been on here that watch Ray's TikTok lives, and I'm so happy and for the love of them. And they've come on, obviously, my TikTok channel to watch Ray, but hopefully now they're going to come and watch me. And like I say, there's no competition in this game, certainly not with me and Ray. And we do things, we do together, we share a lot of stuff off air as well. And it's been brilliant. I've really enjoyed the show tonight. I'm going to leave you there. Peace out in a bit.
In the quiet of the night, the shadows start to creep, whispers of the past, secrets we keep. Is a carrot tasteless dug by a broken spade? Is whiskey water if it's not being aged? Walking through the storm, the rain begins to fall. Every drop of memory, every tear it calls. Is a heart still breaking if filled with rage? Is a word a lie if it's not written on a page? We're damaged but we're not broken. Every scar a story, every word unspoken. In the mirror we see the pain, but through the damage we rise again.